Hi and welcome back to Solar FPV. My name is Anas, and well, yesterday I had some issues with my Mobula 7, which is here. It has had some problems over the year, uh, years, and I couldn't. I mean, no matter. I thought I had some issues with the D-term oscillations or something like that because it kept on wobbling, and I flew it around. I tried tuning it and all kinds of stuff, and it just didn't work. It's something's wrong with this drone. Um, After years of a year of abuse, but I found out that there was a loose connection in one of the motors, and that could be why. One of the wires has come off, and I'm gonna try and solder it back on, and that's gonna be quite difficult, but I think I can do it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna check if the motors spin. Um, I'm just gonna start by removing the props. I wish I had a better prop removal tool because these props do press on quite hard. The prop removing tool that you get with this is, you can just throw that in the bin. There's just no way that works. It just bends, and it's just made of some flimsy metal, and yeah. So I use this. It's kind of, and it's a bit rough for the motor, but I've reached a point now I don't really care. There we go. So you see that there are some marks from taking off props on the motor, but it's doing fine. Next. Really need a good prop removal tool designed for these ones, for micros, something, because this plastic frame doesn't take the abuse taking off the props like this. Anyway, there we go. Props are off, just to be safe. I've tried with these props. This is the trash can frame, I think, and it's okay. There's no issues there. Just that when I put these props on, the gem fans, 4-bladed, it rubs. Like it just rubs on the actual, just slightly, and that's because when you screw in the motors, the plastic gives, and the motors are not completely straight up, so in one place it will kind of rub. Let's just get the soldering iron ready and see if I can fix this. Let me just, well, whoa, my inverter is making a lot of noise. There we go. Let me just go like this, put some water in this. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I just needed to put some water in this. Use magnets if you kind of, just to keep everything together. The flux can go on here with a magnet. You know, it's just a good way to have your stuff stuck onto this. Ow, that's hot. Good, 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 good. Now, I haven't really done something like this before, so I don't really know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna need some heat shrink as well, so I'm gonna unwind the motor wires a bit, and we'll leave that there. Oh. Leave that there. See if I have a bag full of this heat shrink. It's not very expensive. it's good to have. Comes in all kinds of sizes. So I'm gonna need the little tiny piece. Where did it go? Well, that kind of just went away. Just gonna need a tiny piece like that. I'm gonna put it onto the wire, and I'm gonna unwind these totally. Okay. Where is it now? That's like this tiny, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna try and see if I can focus on it. But right there, there's a little wire sticking up. Don't know if you can see it. I think you can just make it out. That little thing sticking up right there. Sorry about the lighting in here and the focusing. Come on, focus. Oh, there's a little wire there. And that's where I have to solder. So, this will be interesting. I'm gonna start off just giving the wire some fresh solder right here. There we go. That went pretty well. It's got a little blob on there. And now I'm just gonna try and find that wire and see if I can give it a blob, because I already have a blob on the okay, that kind of worked. Now for the tricky part. So, let's see if I can do this. Okay. Tweezers. Oh boy, where did you go? I can't see it. Oh, it's because it's right there in front of my face. Oh boy. Here goes something. Oh, that didn't work. I can't even see the wire. I'm gonna need some more light here for this. Sorry about it. It's this might help a little bit. It's a real difficult thing to do, to service these small motors like this. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the motor. I just think it's yeah, it's just gonna be difficult. That's all. I'm gonna need to get my head right in there. I think I'm gonna turn up the degrees to 360. See if this works. I'm just gonna take off the solder blob that I made. There we go. That's better. Let's see if I can actually make contact down there. It's very tricky because it's very small. The part that I have to hit, and I'm shaking. Which doesn't make it, that doesn't help. Can't quite see if I got it. I think it's working. Okay, let's see if I can do this then. I think I got it. Okay. It's not pretty, but it's stuck there. I got a bit on the magnets here. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, well, what would you look at that? The motor wire's also got a split. Oh. Okay. Anyway, hopefully that did the job. I'm gonna try and do this again. At least just hold it there and then see if I can clean it up a bit. Okay. That should be there. It's stuck there now. The thing spins. Now I'm just gonna heat shrink it. I know there's a little nick in the wire, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I hope not anyway. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the heat shrink down onto the wire here. There we go. It's in there. Okay. And now I just need a lighter. And hopefully everything will be okay. I'll test it out in a second here. So, heat shrink it. Don't know if that worked. I'm going to use my soldering iron to heat shrink the inside here, so that it doesn't touch the bell. Just very lightly, and then this should be fine. Okay, let's try and twist these again. And before I do anything else, I'm just going to test this, just to be on the safe side. I'm just going to plug it in, and then we'll see what happens. Probably goes mental, but that's okay. I'm going to put I'm going to put a couple of screws in, and now I lost my screwdriver. Where did I put that? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So, if this works, then I don't have to... My idea was that maybe I burnt an ESC, and that was why the motor wasn't spinning. But it was actually a motor wire that had come loose. So, what I want to do with this is I want to change the board as well, because I've got an F4 board, and I've already made my my diff dump in Betaflight, and I'm not gonna flash the new version yet. I'm gonna I might just flash an older version and see how that goes. Just put 2 screws in, that should be enough. If it works, I'm just going to screw it in, obviously. Ouch, that iron is very hot now. I'm just gonna turn it off. There's no need for it to be on. Okay, this is the screw, put that there, turn this off, and yeah, okay, moment of truth. I'll just get my Tyrannus. Let's see if this works. Let's turn this on.
Welcome to OpenTM.
And props off, of course. Check this battery. 3.89. Well, that's not a lot. Let's see if this one's better. I just need to test the motor anyway. 3. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. I took off the LED. For some reason I can't make this work with this board, even though I sorted everything in the right place. So that was also one of the reasons why I'm servicing this, because I want the LED to work. Let's see if this works. That's weird. What about if I go like this? They're all working. Oh, that's weird. Now the oh, it's because yeah, my radio is too close to the drone. Perfect. Okay, so it's not the ESC. That's good. And that seems to be working. If you put your ear close to the motor when it's beeping like this, you can actually hear if they're working. So, all motors are working. Let's load this battery up again and continue with the project. I wonder how long it's been going on. 18 minutes. Okay. Well, it's going to be a long video. I'm going to have to order some more solder because I'm running low. So my idea was, first of all, I need to take this motor off again. Carefully. Because I need more heat shrink on it. I need some heat shrink right where the motor wires come into, I'll show you. Anyways, let's put this to the side. So I want some heat shrink around all these 3, and I'm just gonna get, and it needs to also be able to pass the, past this. And this will. And it doesn't need to be a lot, but something like that. I'm just gonna pass this through here. Yeah. And sometimes you get it's a little bit, it can be a bit difficult when it's the right size, but not the right size for the plug. I could take all the wires out of the plug, but I'm not going to do that. You know, remove this. I'm just going to try and force it around using my nails, and hopefully it will work. I'm going to take this and use that as a tool for pushing. Here we go. It's almost through. Yeah. Just need to ease it through gently. Always try and be gentle with these tiny things. Not that I always am. Okay, I'm going to use something that has a rounded tip because this is just damaging the plug a bit. Come on, come on now, come on. Nails are a good thing when you're building micros. There's just some things that are just, that there's no synthetic material like nails that you can stick to your fingers and use to, I mean, sometimes nails are just the best tool in the world. Even Adam Savage from Tested said that, and I agree. Okay, so now that I have the heat shrink here, I'm gonna shrink it as close as I can up under this. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's just do this. Bell's rubbing on the heat shrink. And now it isn't. I just need to give it a lot of heat here. Come on. Okay. And pushing it flat. Because I don't know if you can see it, but I don't want the motor, the bell, to hit this when it's spinning, and it's not. So I'm just gonna try and give it a bit more heat. Maybe push this down a bit there, and a little bit more heat, so I can make it flat. Like that. Good. Very good. So that's fixed. That's very nice. I think I did a good job here. As good as I could, anyway. And yeah. So at least now it can be used again, which is nice. I'm gonna continue with this project that I have. I'm not gonna be wasting your time making a really long video about you know, what I'm doing. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this flight controller, and then I'm gonna put my own receiver on. I'm gonna connect the VTX and also solder the motor wires on. I am going to, this is the Crazy Bee F4 Pro version 2, and the one that's in here is the Crazy Bee F3 Pro FR Sky. This is also the FR Sky. I'm not going to be using the onboard receiver. I'm going to be using the XM Plus for range. And yeah, then it's just connecting all the... Oh boy, that's some small stuff. But I obviously need to connect the VTX and everything. So, yeah. So that's the plan. Because I think there's something wrong with the board since the LED strip didn't work. So, yeah. So that's it for me. Hope you liked this video. Subscribe for more RC related content. And don't be scared to try and fix stuff like this. It might be small, but it's doable. Especially when you have the right tools. That's always important. So stay tuned. Subscribe, like, and share as always. And comment down below. And as always, fly hard.